Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Liga 5A we're in this week. And I'm joined by the Gormalizer. Hello, Danny.
Hello, Natasha. How are you doing? Yeah,
I'm fine. Yes, very well. Thank you. We're going to see how the English chess players do tonight. I'm just going to share my screen and we can see who we've got.
Cool.
Let's see. Right. I was having a look before. Right. We had 5 players. I think we've now got 6, Danny.
Brilliant.
6
Brilliant.
players. Good. Eden Hazard's just joined. So we've got
nice.
Ferrari fan, Eden Hazard, we've got Henny Penny, we've got David Sedgwick, we've got Macbeth, and we've got Mr. Gambit Man making up our team so far. And who knows? Oh, Mouse Slip's just joined as well. So we've got, I think
Keith said he might play. He's just fresh off a win in the Harrogate Congress.
So he won. Was that this weekend?
He's very happy about that. Apparently, he was down to he ran out of money or Monet. Maybe he ran out of Monet last.
Ran out of Monet.
Monet. Yeah. He ran out of Monet.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, he's chuffed about that for enough. But in fact, it was the easiest anyone's ever won a tournament, Natasha, because he won the first game on the Sunday morning by default because the opponent tested positive for COVID.
It's all the time, isn't it?
And then in the final round, he drew in 6 moves. So he's already on 4 out of 4. He drew in the 6 moves, and nobody else got to 4.5. So
yes, so he's taken first place. Oh, well, congratulations, Keith. Well done, Atomrod. That's all the practice he's been getting online, which is a lot.
I thought actually it's probably the easiest. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't agree with that people are allowed to take quick draws like that. I just feel 6 moves is a bit of a. I mean, it's nothing.
You're more a fan of these Sophia rules, isn't it? Where you have to get up to move 40.
Well, somebody was making this point the other day. Can you imagine a football match where, I don't know, Liverpool playing Manchester City or something?
Yeah.
And they agree a draw after about 10 minutes. The fans will just go nuts, right?
It is true.
That's
what we need in chess, Danny. At Harrogate, we need some paying spectators, and then they can go nuts.
yeah, start booing. But yeah, it is a bit ridiculous. But it's nothing against the players because it's part. You're trying to do the professional thing by winning the tournament, which is understandable. But they shouldn't be allowed to have that ability. I feel that all these tournaments should have these universal rules now.
Yeah.
And Knight C3 now. Apparently, this pawn structure is much, because I remember Rowson saying that this pawn structure is much better for white when you have this particular. So black should always.
You mean this the E pawn and this D pawn like that?
Yeah, black should always try and take that with a D pawn. I do remember overhearing this conversation. Rowson was doing one of his kind of professional lectures.
Yeah.
Well, to another player.
Yeah.
And he was saying that basically this pawn structure is always a lot better for white. But I could be wrong about that. But
it looks nice for white. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't tell you why, but it does look quite nice for white. And I think this diagonal also looks quite nice.
Yeah. I like the way Mouse Slip is playing this game, actually. Like F4 looks kind of dynamic. I mean, there is an argument that you create some weaknesses. Knight back to D7 looks normal.
Yeah.
To me, yeah. And now some move like, I'm not sure. Queen D2, looks logical. Yeah. Probably Bishop F3 I would play to try and squeeze the space.
We'd quite want to get E4 in, I suppose, wouldn't we?
Yes, David might move. Now I would expect Rook E8. So they're playing all the right moves, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe some move like Rook to E1. They're playing all the moves I expect.
Now a knight could presumably come in, yes.
But then you trade everything off, and then you try and exchange bishops with knight F3. So possibly take Queen C2 is also a move. Probably takes and then goes something like knight F3 and trade bishops. I think maybe he should have just gone for that directly because now I don't think he's going to fight. I think the right plan is to try and trade the bishops and go against the king somehow.
Yeah.
The black king. The black king's a bit weak here,
Yeah.
Maybe even H3 and G4 might be a plan. Bishop D7 maybe? Or Queen B6?
Queen B6.
Right, yeah. Queen B3. The Queen B3 Knight D2 is awkward.
Oh, yeah, that's a fork.
Oh, he's allowed it. So now
He
knight
has allowed
d2,
it.
yeah. Knight d2, c5, you can take on b3 and be better. So I think knight d2 is a good move.
Yeah, it looks like it.
But will he
Has Mouse
find
Slip
it?
missed it? Knight d2 probably has.
That's why I think he should have just played on the king's side early. He should have traded on
Yeah.
e4, gone knight f3. All this b4 stuff, it doesn't really do anything, you know.
Black's having a big think about. Oh, and didn't play it. But does that? Oh, I suppose you could just play pawn takes pawn, couldn't you?
I mean,
Okay. He's done that.
I mean, knight b5. Knight b5. The previous move was good. Now knight b5, you can take on b2 and take on c4. So it's not so clear. I think taking on e4 was a mistake. Take on b2, take on c4. Looks better for black to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not do that? Is there anything wrong with that? I can't see it. Yeah,
done it.
Looks like a natural move, yeah. Take, yeah, that's what he's done.
So I suppose you can take on c. Oh, if you take on c5, rook takes, and then this knight's. You'd have to defend with a rook.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. You should take on c5. Yeah, that's the best move. But then maybe even d takes c5, threatening rook b4.
Yeah.
What was white?
I suppose you could also. Oh, I was going to say you could also pin this rook, but then queen takes b5. Yeah, and you've just lost your knight.
Yeah, I mean, I think white's just gone wrong here. This is what I say. I think sometimes you should just go for the straightforward plan. All this b4 stuff was too vague. You know, the white king was so safe.
Yeah.
Black king was dodgy. Just go knight f3, exchange off the defensive bishop. Now he's in trouble.
Yeah.
So I don't see a good move here. Maybe you could try for some kind of back rank ideas. Like,
yeah. What takes and then rook d1 or okay. He's
I don't like that. Yeah, queen b4 now, easy win. Queen b4, exchange queens, just end of the game. Yeah. Very, very poor. Is Mousy our guy? Is he?
He's our guy. I'll tell you who he is. It's Patrick Duncan.
I don't know who. Is he related to Chris Duncan?
Patrick Duncan. I used to play him like years and years and years ago. He likes playing b3 on move 1.
Ah, right. Well, I mean, he got a good position, but I think if you're going to go b3, the whole natural plan is to exchange dark square bishops. But now you could take and go king f7. Yeah, well, you got to be careful with stuff like rook a2 and then takes on b2 and knight e7. And although even that might be better for black because you know, even losing a piece, you might be better. But this is a simple win, yeah, because knight b6 takes c8. You could take on b7.
You get one pawn back, but black's still a pawn up, and it's.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you have to try that anyway. It's very, very miserable. It's, you know, so he's going to go for that, like rook b8. Yeah, why the hesitation? I mean, this is what I don't get. They hesitate over really obvious moves. King e6, and then push to c4.
Okay, we get another pawn back.
Yeah, but now
c4 pawns, but those c.
Oh no, you can bring the rook across. Yeah, you can bring the rook across, but I think king's going to come in and dominate, like king d5. Yeah, this is miserable. This is super miserable. This is just totally lost. So basically, all just came back to that one mistake. I think just going for this b4 stuff. We didn't really need to, you know. C2 now, game over. Yeah, the level of chess, the quality of this level, you can't afford a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is game.
Yeah, this pawn's queening, isn't it? Because rook d5 and the king.
Yeah.
Can't protect this rook. Yeah. Okay, unlucky mouse slip. All right, who else do we... Oh, we're in last. Who else do we have? Let's see, Mr. Gambit Man, who is... okay. Wow, a rating difference here of 1,550 elo points. So, Chess Explained has berserked.
Oh, I know this Chess. This is German guys, German IM.
Yes.
And he does very popular. Well, he's well known for YouTube. This very kind of relaxing voice, like almost a voice you'd have for ASMR. You know, hello, I now move the bishop back to C2, and I'm threatening the knight on G4. I feel very confident about my position.
If I was black, I'd just leap in and take on F2. Oh, he's done it. There we go.
Yeah,
Gambit man would have done the same. And then Queen G3.
Yeah, but King F1
doesn't really work though. Yeah.
There's a problem when you're attacking, Natasha. You need more resources. Look at that knight A5. It's dying to go to a useful square, but it's got no square to go to.
All right, what about D6 and then Bishop H3?
Well, you should have tried. But D6 92 was a problem as well, just driving the queen.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
And then the queen couldn't even go back to a useful square, so H2 would have been hanging because D6 would have cut off the retreat.
Yeah. It's all not really working.
But here it's hopeless. Like there's no attack. Rook E2, yeah, he's playing quickly. Just I'm playing Rook E2. I like Rook E2. I feel very relaxed about my chances. I like my chances now. I feel very good about this game. I'm very happy. He does a lot of actually. I did a bit of editing on his courses, and he really does. Work very hard, on his material. He's actually writes really good books,
Yeah.
So yeah, he's actually a very good chess commentator, I would say. Obviously, a lot of his engine analysis, but then that's true of everybody these days. Everybody is like. I think that was an interesting question. Actually, I wanted to ask you, what do you think? Do you think that most chess writing now is, variations that are explained by the computer? That are basically computer based.
Certainly, when in any of the books I've been involved in, the editor has checked it all on computers. So yeah. So it'll all be like if there's any questions, they'll come back and ask. And so I think.
But I mean, if you're writing an openings book, is there any point doing your own input? Because a lot of the variations that we're going to come up with are going to be not very good compared to what the computer's coming up with. So is it a question?
And I guess the point is that the people reading the openings book probably can benefit from like you as a grandmaster, your interpretation of why you're playing the certain moves and making it easier to remember.
Basically, explain why the computer is making that move. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a big benefit, and because I find it's understanding why and it's remembering it, and those two things. If you can get tips with those, that's really, really helpful.
Yeah, but isn't that a bit depressing that you're basically just
memorizing? Yeah, that's.
Well, I mean,
for me, that's.
But it's hard to come up with ideas.
Yeah.
Unless they've been verified by the computer, it's hard to come up with something completely creative because the computer. Yeah. If the computer doesn't agree with it, people are just going to say. I mean, this is what I find difficult about writing about theory because.
Yeah.
If you don't check with it, if you do your own analysis, it's fine.
Yeah.
But the computer is going to be like, that's not very good. And then if you recommend that move, you don't bother to check it with the computer, then somebody might say, well.
Someone definitely will. Yeah. Everybody has their, like even just someone casually reading the book might have their engine on.
Whereas in the past, if you wrote an openings book and you got it wrong, well, so,
Hi, Stambad. Hi, Ocelot.
Yeah, this looks very good for white, actually, Natasha. Like, it's quite a big attack here. I don't like this for black. Who's Ferrari fan?
So Ferrari fan's our guy.
He's very underdeveloped here. He's very underdeveloped. Like the field there's going to be a breakthrough. In fact, why not Rook G7 after Queen F5? So Queen back. I would predict Queen back. He could think about Queen H4 as a move.
Oh yeah, pinning that bishop. Well, not pinning it.
I don't know how you exploit it. So Rook G7. Why is he repeating? I don't understand this. I don't understand any of this.
No. Also,
after Queen H3, feels like Bishop G2 is a move. I just feel like this is winning for white already. Let's try to say another thing with the computers. Like in the past, you might have given this position as unclear. Well, probably not because the black king's so bad.
Oh, that's hilarious. Do you remember, Danny, in those opening books and they get into this really complicated variation and then they suddenly just leave it in the middle and go unclear?
Yeah. That's the really nice kind of This is the most bizarre repetition in history.
Yeah.
Almost saying,
Ferrari fans deviated. If I were him, I might have kept going with it.
Well, I see. I don't see him surviving this. I just feel like this is horrible for Black. You'd have to play very, very bad moves as White not to win this game. But yeah, it's unclear. I think that's one of the differences with edges as well. That positions that you might have said were unclear, like this, because they can see much further.
Yeah,
they can see the direct win. Maybe like 7 or 8 moves down the line. Whereas you couldn't really necessarily get there. So Queen F6 here, maybe, but
Queen F6, yeah.
F6 actually feels like you might be getting some material off. So maybe Queen F6 has some chances to survive.
Could White just take that though? Take
Sorry?
on F6. White could take the Queen on F6 and then.
Oh yeah. Oh, Bishop F6. That's interesting. But so Bishop D4. Okay, so let's try Rook F7. Rook F7 is a good move, actually.
Yeah.
This is very dangerous now because his idea is a bishop. When you take on C3, I just take back, and his idea is a bishop G5.
Yeah.
Looks like Mini Frad's playing a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, bishop G5 is a huge threat now. I don't see a good move actually.
No.
Rook E1 maybe, or just Rook G7. It's just sadistic move. Yeah, Rook E1. Yeah. Maybe 95 here, Natasha.
95, yeah.
You got to go. You got to. Yeah, he's tried it. Yeah, maybe he's watching a broadcast.
You never know.
Yeah, this is a good try because Bishop E5. Yeah, Bishop E6. Bishop E6 now. No, he hasn't found it. Now I can go Bishop B3.
Bishop E6. I guess White just goes Bishop H8.
Yeah, but then King F7.
Oh, King. Yeah. Okay.
But now the King's in the box. It's losing. Maybe look at that after the game because I feel like that was a key moment. That 95 was a saver. Do a replay.
Yeah.
It's like those live action replays.
We can do an action replay because look, here we were.
Yeah.
Right. So this one. Oops. Oh, I can't actually move.
Yeah, that's the problem. You can't move. But Bishop E6, I think, was okay.
Yeah. And if takes
Bishop
King
King
takes
F7. Yeah.
Oh, but then what about Rook takes Rook? Oh no, so it's a bishop.
Yeah,
that's all fine.
Maybe even better for Black because of the structure. But this looks terrible. Like Rook D5. What the hell was that? Rook D5 was
the end
of the game.
Rook D5 game over.
Rook D5, yeah. It's taken. That's careless. Okay, still winning for White. Doesn't matter. But would have shortened the winning process a lot. You could just push the H board now. Yeah, this is dismal. Yeah, just H4. Winners might as well resign now.
Danny, we've been jinxing our players a bit today, haven't we? I mean,
I think
lost
so.
Every game we've looked at.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's only a matter of time before we get a win, But I like it when we lose because then I can slag people off.
So yeah.
It's actually coming back now, like Rook F2. I don't think White should have allowed this, but still winning probably. But now it's been a bit casual because you can get.
Yeah. Okay. Bishop F.
It's good defense by Black. Bishop F5 now.
F5.
Yeah, actually, this is not so. Rook takes C2 and go back. Really terrible technique by White. Maybe it's even worse.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, this is.
I'd written this one off, I must say.
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, maybe we didn't jinx them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still tricky because Bishop E4 maybe.
Ooh.
What?
Why is he doing?
What the hell was that? That's shocking. Why not Bishop E4? I don't understand why you give up piece there. That's very surprising. Nah, this is very bad technique. But I guess he panicked because he was short of time.
Yeah.
Now the rook's getting trapped. You have to go Rook A1 to get the rook out. Only move is Rook A1. Now King B1 wins. Rook's trapped.
Oh gosh, you're right.
Yeah. Oh well.
Okay. Unlucky Ferrari fan. Okay. Right. Let us see. Ooh, we've got to see King's Crusher YouTube actually. Oh no, it's not there. We better see Standbad. And then we've got loads of people we need to see. Okay. Standbad.
This was good for Black. Like Queen G3 is a threat.
Queen G3 looks strong. Yes.
Okay, Queen D2 now, and then take on D4. I mean, you can take on D7, but it looks well. Then Queen D5, yeah. So King H1, we have Queen D4, Queen
Queen D4 check. That's good.
Yeah, this is game. Yeah, then Knight C5. Should be like I would just go Knight or even Queen D2 back.
D2 again.
F8's good. Yeah, there's lots of ways to win now. So yeah, well done, Stanblad.
Okay, Stanbad.
That's a kid. That's that kid, isn't it?
That is indeed.
Hawkins coaches.
Yes.
I've got to be careful what I say because apparently relayed that his conversation, my conversation to last week on the stream. Well, was it last week we streamed?
Yeah.
To Hawkins himself. If I say the wrong thing,
you only said complimentary things, didn't you?
Oh, of course. I'm not jealous of my fellow professionals at all.
This looks really good for Stanbad. Knight up and mating.
Well, Knight F3 is a threat. Yeah, this is horrendous. Yeah, G4. Wow. Yeah, it comes back to what I was saying previous times. I feel like players play on for too long. You know, lost positions. They should learn to resign. Yeah, I mean, Queen F5 is good. If G4, then Queen D3.
Knight E1.
Knight E1 is.
Or Queen takes Rook and then Knight E1.
Wow, this is also good. Yeah, this is good enough. Knight H4 is a threat now. Knight H4, I think he'll play. He'd be slightly concerned about King H2, but you can always go back Knight F3 at the end of it. It'd be good enough. Yeah, King F2, King H2. Sorry. Yeah, also good. Probably is a forced mate here, but practically speaking, it's easier just to keep the pieces on. Queen F1 now. Yeah, King H2, Rook F2. Yeah.
Well done, Stanbad. Okay.
Nice.
Let's see Minkwitz. Oops. That's not how I do it. Sorry. Going all wrong. Let's do it like that. Okay, he is against Big Dog, who has berserked.
Is he 2008? So he's only like 14 or something.
Oh, I guess so. Yes.
Yeah,
I'll see if I can find anything out about Big Dog.
He just had a very good year in 2008.
Yeah.
Bishop takes F7. Yeah, Queen C4. It's a nice trick by Big Dog. Why is he taking so long? He took F7 and he's pausing. I don't get it. Rook E4. What did we find out about Big Dog?
Big Dog, in his profile, he has a Tal quote. You must take your opponents into a deep, dark forest where 2 + 2 equals 9.
Yeah. I've seen that quote.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's about taking your opponent into a deep, dark bar before the game and getting them drunk.
That's right.
It's suddenly winning for Black. I mean, Black's played a good game, actually. From what A1, it's just the cruel move, Rook A1, just changing the rook.
Yes.
Well, everything wins by D4. D4 is good. I'm not sure I like allowing him to 5 and lose. Well,
I suppose you could do Bishop F2 if you.
I know. Sorry, the rook was hanging. Yeah. I blundered that. Yeah, this is. You just have to be careful. The rook's on priest.
Yes.
Like C2, Knight A2 might be embarrassing. Now A5's a threat, maybe. A5, you have Knight C6. You have Bishop F2 or Rook F2.
Yeah.
Rook F2 probably.
Yeah.
You need two solid pawns up, or Bishop F2 and back. Yeah, Rook F2. You have to be careful. You might go Knight C6 at some point. Yeah, he's going to win one of the pawns back now, which is annoying. Now you could take on D4. Oh, no, hang on. No, bishop b2 wins. Yeah, he couldn't take on d4 because of rook d1. So black worked it out quite well. Why not bishop b2? That's shocking. He didn't find bishop b2. He had 2 minutes there.
Bishop e2.
Bishop
F2.
b2. Bishop b2 instead of bishop
b2.
e6.
Sorry, b2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello, Stamblad. Sorry that I'm late. Yeah, that's okay. We forgive you.
All right. This is going to be good enough now.
Yeah. Big dog.
Well done, Minkwitz.
Big dog crushed.
Yeah. Okay. So let us see. Fake news. Oh, who has berserked and has only 9 seconds left.
Oh,
nice position. Nice position.
It's threatening queen h7, mate.
There's actually a mate threatened, so
well, actually, you have to go. You have to go to the queen here. I think you have to go either g6 or queen h6.
Both of which allow knight f7, but then 9 seconds left only.
Well, he might. Well, yeah. Now it's forced mate. Queen h7 and then queen g7, queen f7, mate. Yeah. That was it's a good berserker.
Well done, fake news.
He was probably losing at some point, looking at that position. But
okay, we've got a new player, Demian.
Right.
Who I think is another junior player. Let's see if I can find out anything more.
There's so many good juniors now.
Yeah.
Do you feel this, Natasha? I feel like a dinosaur now.
No, I'm older than you. This is Oleg Verbitsky, who I think is a junior. Yeah, England Elite Juniors. Chess England.
Right.
Yeah. So.
At some point, d5 might be a move for black. Might be a bit early.
Hi, Minkwitz. Nice game. Good ending.
I didn't like bishop takes e6. I felt like that just opens a b file. I feel like white should have kept more control. Now b3 is a move, but b3 runs into knight takes e4, and you can't take with a knight because of queen a3 check.
Oh, nasty. Oh, gosh, so white's in trouble, actually.
Yeah, knight e4 wins now. No, he didn't find it. Oh, but it's still winning because of queen c3. Yeah. That's why I really didn't like bishop e6.
Yeah.
Because the bishop was good on b3 as a defensive piece. So you could move around a bit in that position. You could have gone king b1 or something. You could always take on e6 later if you needed to. But now he's just dead lost. That's what I say, like Natasha, just one mistake could often be enough to lose the game. Now rook b3 is forced mate. And he's a good player. He should fight. If this guy doesn't fight, wow, yeah.
He's found it.
He should find out. He's 2,400.
Oh, I feel sad for Demian on this.
Yeah, I don't. Well, he took on 86 is a terrible move. You can't feel sorry for them. You got to be ruthless.
That's how they learn, isn't it? Demian won't play that mistake.
Exactly. He won't do that again. Good. Hopefully you saw the stream as well. Felt humiliated. And then he said, I will never go bishop e6 again, ever. Just to spite Gormally.
Yeah. All right. Eden Hazard isn't playing right this second. What about Wood Pusher? Let's do Wood Pusher. He's berserking. Now, I remember you fired him the other week.
Oh, did we fire him? Why is he back? Are we just letting everybody back in now?
Yeah, we're letting back. I can't remember why we fired him. He was our top scorer at the time, so it seemed a bit harsh.
He's a good player, actually. He's 20.
He is a good player.
At some point, knight c5, maybe even the previous move, but then you have to give out the pawn on a7. Probably white should go rook a7 and just grab a pawn. Rook b1 is a shocking move. I just hate that move. But maybe rook a7 that was running into bishop c5 issue. Maybe that was what he worried about. But then there was knight c6. So I don't really like rook b1. It's too passive. Now rook c1 maybe. Rook c1 might create a problem because if you move the no, he's not seen it. Yeah, because rook c1 is no good square for the queen, and then b4 is hanging. But now he can go rook e8, and if rook c1, queen a6.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, but now you can take on b4 and go rook c1 again. But white's not finding any of these really obvious moves. Like rook c1. Just hit the queen. He's found it. Wow. I think he's going to be fired again.
No.
Goodbye, Wood Pusher.
You can't do that. We need Wood Pusher.
He's quite a good player. Yeah, has he berserked in this game?
He has, yeah, and he's only got 30 seconds left.
Yeah, he's putting him. I think berserking is a mistake.
Yeah. Do you ever watch? I've watched some of Hikaru's streams. Do you ever watch that?
Yeah.
And he always says like can't stop himself berserking. It's a bad idea, but berserking.
You berserk on chess.com.
Yeah, you can't. No, I don't think you can do it.
Oh, but he does. He does stream on Lichess as well. Maybe.
Yeah.
Even though he's got
on certain tournaments
on chess.com. Yeah. It does seem a bit daft to me. I mean, because Zoe, for example, she streams on chess.com. She had to sign a contract.
Yeah.
And to me,
does she only stream? Because she sometimes plays tournaments on completely other things, doesn't she?
It seems a bit daft to me to berserk. I mean, sorry, to sign a contract for just for a chess website. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she does get a lot more viewers, doesn't she? She gets it means she gets put on some kind of
exactly. I mean, she's quite. I think she's quite a good streamer as well. I mean, obviously, I'm biased.
Yeah.
She
is. Yes, I've watched her stream. I like her streams.
Yeah. White's just done his knight. Could have just defended the knight. Brought the other knight back to F3. Would have had a clamp on E5. But now I predict that Black will win this game. Yeah. This is like a classic situation. White's just dithering too much. Could have taken on F5 there, Natasha.
Yeah.
I think
he's writing Twitch TV horsey chess in the chat in case anyone.
Yeah, he's going to win on time anyway. He's going to win on. Black's definitely going to win this one on time, unless he somehow panics. No, yeah, good win there.
Well done, Wood Pusher.
So he's avoided another sacking.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay, King's Crusher. Let's see King's Crusher.
Oh, hi, Minxie. Minx. Oh, this looks good for Black. King's Crusher, Trifon Gabriel. I've known Trifon Gabriel.
Yeah.
I've known Trifon Gabriel for many years, actually.
Me too. I used to play. He used to be
Knight takes
captain of Barnet, I think, and I used to play in his team.
Yeah, he's got a very popular YouTube. It's one of the most popular chess YouTube channels there is.
He's good at this, at the very fast chess, isn't he? He's really good.
Yeah, he's very good at 1 minute and stuff. He's very, very fast.
Yeah.
He's a very weak player.
No.
But he's very, very quick. Do you know what I mean? It's just like no position understanding, but boom, 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 tactics. So no, he's a good guy. Trifon, he's nice.
He's lovely. He's lovely. I've known him for years and years. Yeah.
Like this is easy for Black. Like Bishop D7, G5, G4. I would just go back like Bishop D7.
He's just going to queen his H.
Actually, that's probably even better. Yeah. I would have been sadistic. I would have gone Bishop D7 and G5, G4. Again, it's another game where really White should think about, the resignation button. Maybe he could have taken on F2 earlier and gone on. When White went Knight F2, he could have taken on F2 earlier and then gone H2. Because then there would have been no Knight H1. Now he has to kind of play a bit. Why has he got 4 minutes? So he hasn't bothered to berserk.
He hasn't. It's surprising, isn't it? He hasn't berserked because I would have thought, given he's so good at like 1 minute stuff, I would have thought King's Crusher. He's somebody who berserking actually would be a good idea.
Maybe he's doing a YouTube video for this.
He's probably streaming as well, isn't he?
Yeah, it's probably what he's doing. Yeah, so
I think it's harder, isn't it, to play and stream at the same time?
Not a very interesting game, this one. It's just very, very straightforward.
He's going to just F3 will collapse at some point. Maybe now.
Yeah. He's created a nice game. I mean, it's a good game by Black, I think Trifon's probably about 200 ECF standard.
Yeah. He's so much stronger on this. He's like 2460 here.
Yeah, but I think that's probably it's slightly weaker. It's probably... Sorry, slightly stronger. It's probably about 210, 215 strength, right?
Yeah.
I would say. It depends. I mean, you get people who are amazing at blitz, but they're probably 2,000 over the board.
Yeah.
And then you get people who are actually quite strong over the board, and they're not very good at blitz.
What do you prefer, blitz or over the board, Danny?
Oh, you mean blitz in general?
Yeah, this kind of stuff.
Over the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer. I would say that I probably prefer. I don't know. They both got. I think I was, chatting to Keith earlier, and he said that.
Well done, King's Crusher.
He said that really, like, classical chess is a true test of your strength.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these IMs, he was saying, they're good at blitz and everything, but they're not that great at classical chess. And I would agree with that. I feel like that's why hopefully classical chess will always have some kind of future. Because I mean, there's a drama with classical chess that you can never really get. I never really remember rapid play games in quite the same way. There's not the kind of emotional input that you have with blitz chess. It's more of a throwaway kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? You forget about it very quickly. There's one or two games I remember from my past, rapid and blitz that stuck out in my mind. But all the games where I've felt real enjoyment have been classical games, because you feel like there's a sense of like there's like a storyline there. I don't think you needed Queen B5 there. Actually, I think we could have just now Queen D6, Queen A3.
Queen D6, really. Now, of course, this is David Sedgwick playing.
But with David's black.
David's white.
Okay, yeah, black.
So he should now take on D6. Oh.
I think he's going for some mate that doesn't.
He's going to take the knight now.
Now he can take the knight, which is careless by. Maybe he hasn't seen Queen takes. I think he'll go Queen D6 here now in a worse version. No, yeah, he should find Queen C3.
I would have thought he would.
Unless David's watching the stream. David's such a gentleman.
Might be.
He would have gone, oh, Daddy's suggested Queen C3. I better not play Queen C3 because then that's cheating. I didn't see Queen take C3.
David, of course, those who don't know him, is an international. everyone knows David Sedgwick, but he's an international arbiter. Yeah. So he would certainly.
Queen E5 is a big threat here, actually. Sorry? It's actually not that easy. You have to go Queen A1.
Queen A1, yes. That's
Queen E5 now. Oh, no, Queen E5, you can just take it. Yeah. David's got it all under control.
Yeah, Queen A1 still, I would.
Queen A1.
Ooh.
Not sure about that move. I think he's going to go for the draw. He hasn't seen Queen A1. Okay, Queen A1. Come on, David. What is he doing?
Queen C1 now.
Oh, dear. This is terrible. Terrible quality. Why not Queen A2?
Queen A2 was the move, yeah.
Stick to arbiting, David.
But just play fast anyway, David, because there's 7 seconds against 2 seconds.
Yeah, I think he's
going to... And I can't watch this.
I think he's going to lose on time.
I can't watch it. Oh, dear.
Yeah.
No, he has. Oh, dear. Unlucky, David.
Yeah, David's from like the Croydon area, I think. Like
yes.
Croydon, Coulston kind of area. So I remember
we didn't see Chess Whiz Kid yet, did we?
No.
Okay. Let's see if I can find out who Chess Whiz Kid is. Chess Whiz, do not click this link. It's going to be a rickroll. I'm not clicking it. From Brentwood School.
Rook E8 now. Rook E8. Queen F3, you have Queen G7, mate. So yeah, this is like the Nigel Short king maneuver. Now maybe go for H5 by white. A dangerous attack. Yeah, he's gone H5, but G5 is a good move there. I don't like that. Can't take on G6.
Oh, timeout for white. Well done, Chess Whiz Kid.
Yeah, not a very good quality game, but we'll forgive him. At least he won.
Let's see if Max is playing now.
Yeah.
If I can see. No. David Wilson. Let's see. Okay. Rook and pawn endgame.
He's a pawn up. Yeah. But now, it should be a draw, actually.
Should be a draw, shouldn't it? Looks very.
Yeah. Just white can just push his own pawn. Like King C6, C5. A G3. The only thing you have to get a C6 G2, C7 is there a rook B3. Does that change it? No, it's a simple draw now, I think.
Yeah.
Quality chess. You think there's any of these other people who play for us? A lot of fanatics. They play for like hours every day, or do you think most of them just play this tournament and that's it?
Oh, I imagine they play some other things too, but
I noticed there was a German. Somebody mentioned this on social media recently. I think there was some German guy. And he played like a phenomenal amount of games. He was playing for 6 hours a day for like 15 years or something stupid.
Oh my gosh!
And I thought that's a bit sad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do you ever go down the pub and just have a good time? Do you ever go partying? Do you ever go clubbing? Go to the cinema? Do something slightly different? No. More blitz. I mean, it's fun. It's fun to play blitz, but it can be addictive.
Yeah.
So maybe A3 by White, but it's very provocative. Maybe White should go knight C1 to B3, Natasha. He's done it.
Yes.
Move.
Okay.
That's a good move. So
maybe retreat the queen.
I would go for C5 here as black as quickly as possible. I would have gone Queen C7 and C5 and just tried to create some counterplay. Now Knight B3 anyway. I mean, he's thinking about D5, but I don't necessarily think take on G4 probably. Or you
just take the money, take the pawn.
I think you could take the pawn, but then of course he probably goes for some kind of weird play with H5, but I'm not sure it's very sound. He's spending too long here. I just play moves quickly. Just take on G4. Make a decision. I don't like that move. I feel like you give it I don't know. She's got something to say for it. You are winning a pawn, so it's quite an important tactic. So maybe I'm talking nonsense.
Maybe knight E5, knight C5.
Why not take back on? I don't understand. Why didn't he just take? Oh, he wants to go knight A4. He wants to go. Oh, okay, knight A4. Knight A4. Interesting idea. Last move.
Threatening mate.
Threatening the mate, and then if C3 we take. So maybe he could have gone knight A4. So maybe this knight C5 was genius. Now he should take it all off. Or go knight A4. Knight A4.
Knight A4 is done.
Oh yeah, nice.
Okay, Huberto.
C3.
C3 and then.
But then you just take it. You just take it. It looks very.
Okay, it's quite a vicious attack. Maybe knight. No, you can't do knight B3. Could you just take on B2?
I think this is winning for black. Yeah.
Nice, Huberto.
I mean, that's why I think White should have got knight B3 earlier, just to kick the queen. It's always useful to throw in these defensive moves, Natasha. Do you know what I mean? Just give yourself a little bit more space. If the queen had gone back to E5, maybe there was an F4 move.
Oh, C4.
But now you can take en passant.
Take en passant.
Don't go knight C3. You're letting them off too early. If you take en passant, it's crushing. Because there's like rook B2's coming in. If you go queen E1, he has C2 check. It's forced mate. But if you lose a queen on the second rank, then rook B2 is winning the queen. So it's just looks like game over. So now rook B2 wins.
Rook B2.
Yeah.
Very nice.
This is pretty horrible. Take with a pawn or the knight. Either one is good. I would take with a pawn myself.
And allow knight and do knight C3 as a follow-up.
Yeah, exactly. You've got. I mean, to be honest, White doesn't have an attack by this stage anyway, so it's kind of irrelevant. Yeah, any move wins. Any old iron, as Mark would say. Queen, yeah. And even Queen D3. No, not Queen D3. Because sorry, I'm forgetting H8's hanging. Queen F2. Rook F1 or something. But now knight D3 threatens,
bishop, yeah.
Threatens to mate on B2, so that's the end of the game, yeah. Well, he's still, again, I feel like some of these players just don't know when to resign, Knight E3 wins.
Knight E3, yeah.
Knight E3. And Rook C1, then Rook H6. Or even Rook H6 is still winning anyway. It's kind of irrelevant, but Yeah, and then if rook d1 and rook g6. Yeah, it's an interesting debate. I mean, what about you, Natasha? You prefer blitz, do you, or you?
I like my favorite time control is about something like 15 minutes a side or 30 minutes per side. I quite like if you're playing over actually live chess over the board. I think I quite like half hour, that kind of speed.
Well, when I played that English rapid play, well, it wasn't played very well at that point, but that was 15 minutes. I just found it a bit awkward because it's not quite blitz, but it's not really rapid. So it's like you get into time pressure quicker than you realise. If you play well, you can get the flow on. You can get the flow.
You have to keep it moving, don't you? Ocelot we have.
This looks nice for white.
That's good. That's our player.
The problem is that the black can't undermine this e5 square, and white can always play f3 at any moment to kick the knight away from a very good square on e4. So already this looks strategically lost for black. f3 I would play.
Yeah.
f3, kick the knight, complete control. If you ever go knight a6, I'll just put the rook on b7 or something. Yeah, also good. Now rook b7 or rook c6. Both are strong, I think.
This looks really nice, doesn't it? Because now it's going to be winning across this third rank. If white gets this in, then this is.
I mean, this is a nightmare for black. It's just I don't know how he got this position from the opening, but the opening obviously went horribly wrong. Might be worth looking at the opening after this game. I don't know, but it's very depressing for black. But now the rook's trapped. Actually, little clever move. Queen h5 is interesting, but then bishop b7, so it doesn't work. Oh, he's given up the exchange.
Oh, I was looking at rook f7, maybe.
Yeah, rook f7. Yeah, would have been a better try. You're right. Now this is he's lost control here. He's lost control. He's still got queen e3.
Is queen h5 any good?
Take on d2. Take on d2, but he does have bishop f5. Yeah, it gets messy. Probably knight d2 is what you should do anyway.
Yeah.
Bishop f5 and then play some move like, I don't know, h6 or something.
Oh, it's complicated.
It's complicated. Then rook f7. Yeah, it's a mess. But knight d2 I would play like auto move.
Yeah.
Auto move it. Rook e5 is also playable. Yeah, so bishop f5 now. This is interesting. h6. I think you have to go h6.
So Ocelot's threatening to take on h7. Oops.
Yeah, so the question is like rook f7, what is happening here? Like rook f7, you have queen g5. So has white got any other ideas? I don't really see it. Knight g4, you have rook e1 and knight f1 check. Now rook e1, knight f1 check wins the queen.
Then no.
Yeah, you got knight f1, knight g3, knight g5. I think you shouldn't have moved the knight. You should have kept that knight there. Because your only hope was to keep that knight on e5.
Oh, good. Oh, he's done something different. Okay, so what now? G3.
G3, queen c7. I think there's probably another way to win, but then maybe queen g6. I mean, it's not looking good, but some slight hope. But he's thinking about it. I don't really understand why he didn't just go knight f1 check. I think that's a problem. Sometimes these players, they see a win, and they don't look around for an easier win. Now,
as Roger Emerson says, once you get to a certain age, the sayings when you see a win, you look for a better one. And Roger's advice for seniors: when you see a good move, be grateful.
Yeah, Roger's a good character. Knight h4. Oh, bishop f1 he wants, but then king f3. The game still carries on. King f3. Yeah. It's not over.
It's not.
This could be an amazing fight back by white.
Yeah, come on, Ocelot.
I don't think he needed knight h4. He could have just got knight g5, Natasha.
Yeah.
And then knight f6, king h8 would have been the end of the game. Now this is not so clear because queen h7 is threatened. Yeah. I predict that black will go into panic mode here.
Okay, bishop. Okay, yeah.
Just king back, king g2.
So maybe it's a draw. Maybe he'll repeat.
Maybe he'll go king e3, allowing queen c1, mate. Yeah, take the draw, mate. Oh, but king g2, you've got rook g1 check.
Rook g1 check takes.
Queen c1. Ooh. Oh no, then king h2. Sorry, I forgot about king h2. But then you got queen f4. Yeah, maybe you force off the queen somehow anyway. Yeah, queen f4 is winning because if king g2, then bishop f3, and then you go queen. So rook g1 is a way to exchange the queens and extinguish the attack. But it's quite tough to see. Took me all of 0.2 seconds.
Yeah, because black's a lot of material up, but it's not easy.
Yeah, but yeah, rook g1 is like a safe way to win. There's probably like computer will probably point out other ways to win.
Yeah,
because it's so much material. It would just say as long as maybe even that's a move. I don't know, but
what about knight f6 check and take the bishop?
Yes, but then queen f7 at the end, king f8 and queen f7. He could actually go knight f6 and knight h7, forcing king e7, and then queen g7. Yeah, this is what he's trying. Now you don't take the bishop. Go knight h7. Knight h7. Try knight h7. No, because queen f7 now. This is like an easy win. Yeah. I think
So queen d6.
Yeah, but this should be winning. Yeah.
Let's go that way.
This should be winning for black. A fairly easy win. Yeah. Interesting game actually.
G4.
I think both players play well here. Queen h5 wins. Well, he's allowed bishop g6, but yeah, he lost. Interesting game there, Natasha. I think both players played well.
Yeah, exciting game. Okay, who did we not see? We didn't see Wilsonia yet, I think. Wilsonia is playing black here. First sight, this looks quite nice. I'd have gone. Oh no, I see. Okay.
Yeah, rook e1 you have to play, I think. Rook e1, queen a5, hitting a2 and e1. Yeah, he's found it, yeah. Annoying move. So maybe some bishop f4 is some sort of blunder. Suddenly, this looks like it came out of a Caro-Kann. I could be wrong. Does this come from a Caro-Kann opening?
Let's whiz to the start. Yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, it looked like a Caro-Kann.
This kind of one.
Because I just saw that white pawn on h5, and I thought, oh yeah, that's the problem with this pawn on h5. It often drops off at some point. So yeah, it looks like black's just a pawn up with a decent position.
Are you a fan of the Caro-Kann?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very playable. I mean, I haven't played it that often, but when I've played it, I tend to get reasonable results with it. I probably should play it more often. I mean, they play a lot of the time. They play this advanced variation now as white, don't they?
Yeah.
This Nigel Short variation where he played knight f3, bishop e2. Or often they play it with h4 actually now. There's a lot
h4,
of games.
yeah, early h4, yeah.
I saw a game from the Harrogate Congress and Harriet Hunt.
Yeah.
So he got crushed with black against a 2000 player.
Oh.
And he played like an almost perfect game. He just went for this h4 stuff.
Okay.
And yeah, this looks good for black. Like queen c4's incoming. Yeah, it's winning for black now, I think.
Come on, Wilsonia.
Yeah, queen c4, queen e4 and take on g2, but then b7's hanging, so actually it's not so clear. Maybe black should go for activity. Yeah, b5 looks fine. Good move, actually. Yeah, this is a horrible position for white because you got no play whatsoever. It's just, I hate positions like that. I don't mind sometimes when I'm worse or even losing, but
yeah, but having no activity is so depressing.
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah, and then black is the one who's actually got the activity. You can stick the knight on d5.
Yeah,
which actually you often get in the Caro. I was chatting about Harriet Hunt.
Yeah,
I remember losing the game to her in the 4NCL many years ago when I was just a kid, when I was a teenager, I think. And so the first time I played her, I beat her with black. Second time I played her, she beat me with black. Caro-Kann. She just stick her knight on d5 and crushed me positionally. And that game always stuck in my mind. Queen e4 and take on g2. Just grab another pawn. Always grab material if you can. Why not grab? You may need it later. Why is he thinking? Come on, man. Just take the pawn. Still, this is not bad. Now take. He will take now.
Yeah.
Because you can always stick the rook on e6, actually, if white ever goes queen c7. Also not a bad move, yeah. Because if rook c6, there's like all sorts of knight f4 tactics hitting the rook. Yeah. So this looks resignable already. Maybe they should force, maybe the organizers or the website should force, as soon as you've got a lost enough position, it should force your resignation. So, like sometimes it somehow just gives a draw, right?
Yeah. I just remember at the junior tournaments, and I remember that, and people they think you should resign, and they go, "Would you like?" And it's like, "Would you like a draw?" But they go, "Would you like to resign?" And it's
yes.
So rude.
I think a lot of the time they do that just to speed it up because they're just like, I do. Yeah. I mean, okay, Queen D2 now. It's just like very easy. Yeah.
Well done, Wilsonia.
So it seems like we're doing well. How are we doing?
Yeah, we're in second place. So, of course, the top 3 teams tonight will get promoted.
Right. Yeah,
and so if we stay in the top 3, we got to League 4.
Oh, we're well clear of. I mean, the way we're playing is, I think we're going to easily qualify because you look at the. Well, there's one team that's got a massive score, like 150 points. That's scary. They must have a very strong team. 95.
Yeah. There are some very strong teams in this. In the competition in general. Right. This is Knight of Spring.
Oh, nice.
He's a big regular of this event.
Yeah, we know Knight of Spring. Yeah, Queen D7. Why take with a knight? That feels like a very strange move. Okay, still okay. Queen C2 now. The only problem, Natasha, this position is white has the 2 bishops. Yeah. Now, normally in the Nimzo kind of structures, well, he should have gone Queen D1 actually, because now he's allowed this.
This looks to me like black knows the theory. Is this still theory?
Nah, I don't think so. If it's theory, it's very bad theory.
Okay.
He could have just gone Queen D1 instead of Queen C2, I reckon. Now maybe some move like Castle's Queen side. Just go active. Castle's Queen side is a good move. I don't know why it's positioned now.
What about Knight takes Queen though?
Oh, yeah, I'm blundering now. Getting too tired. Too much commentary.
Yeah.
I'm missing. That's the thing. I see ideas, but then sometimes I miss obvious stuff.
Easy to do.
Yeah, that was hopeless. Yeah, blundering my queen. Now going. Well, yeah, you can't castle here, so you have to move the knight.
Move the knight, and then
he kind of telegraphed. He telegraphed. I forgot after Bishop D2, the knight's no longer pinned.
Yeah.
Still, maybe white's got the one with the chances now. Is he a pawn down though? Maybe he's a pawn down. Yeah.
Yeah. Black's a pawn up.
So I could.
The bishop pair.
I could go rook d8 or castling looks like
castle's long, threatening. Queen takes d2 checkmate.
What?
Which actually, Queen takes d2 is still on.
That's very bad. That's resign time.
Resigns. Okay, well done, knight. Okay.
Yeah, good game at Knight of Spring.
Still in third. Let me see. Did we see pseudo cyst? We maybe didn't yet.
No, we haven't. No.
Okay.
Maybe Bishop C3 or Knight F6. Knight F6 is a good move. I don't like that move. Isn't a knight getting trapped?
Yeah, you think like F4 or something to kind of
F4 though. F4 Bishop C3. F3 Bishop C3. Mate.
Yeah. No, you're right.
You could go G3, but G3 Knight G4. Actually, yeah, maybe Knight H2 is genius. It's probably one of those people from that super team that probably all use engines. They're probably sitting there. Hello, how do we?
You could play rook takes knight and then G3 and hope to trap the bishop.
Yeah, that's actually a good plan. But then maybe H5, H4 quickly.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yes,
but rook H2, Bishop H2, G3, H5, King G. Yeah, he's going to go for that. King quick. But when the king goes to f1, you have bishop h3 check.
You could even do bishop h3. Could you do bishop h3 now? He's done it.
Or bishop f1, maybe. I mean, still a game.
Yeah.
Bishop f1, or maybe knight e4. He might think about. I would probably go bishop f1 here as white. Bishop d2 looks a bit passive, but h5.
He's going to go castle long, is he?
Yeah, he's going to castle long. That's why I think the black should have gone h5, h4 before bishop h3. Now rook h1.
Rook h1, and now
if you take, I just take back.
You take on h3.
Yeah. That's why I think you should have gone h. You should have only gone bishop h3 if white went king f1. Yeah,
you're right.
So now white is better because I think of the activity. Even though materially black is doing well, I'd rather have the two pieces here. I feel like the two pieces very active. Bishop f3 is a good move, yeah. Rook d7. Probably it's just unclear, actually, objectively speaking. It's probably just a mess.
I thought he might have gone rook h8 to swap rook, swapper.
Yeah. Also possible. Or just give up the b7 pawn. But that idea is in the position.
Yeah, no, it costs a point. He can still do it, can't he, later?
He could have still done it, yeah. He could still do it here.
We'll do it now. Yeah. Or he could play bishop takes b2 and then take on d2 at the end.
That was very good. I think I misjudged this. When I first saw this endgame, I thought it was better for white. But it's actually, I think it's good for black because of the... it just affords in the long run such a powerful weapon. There's a trap here. If you take on d4 twice...
yeah. There's a bishop c3 at the end.
And it doesn't actually win because of rook c8. Then king b3, and then you give up the piece. And then you got loads of pawns. So... But this is probably good for black, yeah. So, that relates a lot to judgment, Natasha. I think people underestimate how important judgment is in chess because, I think it's so important to be able to evaluate positions correctly.
For sure.
People underestimate that the importance of that, I think.
Yeah. They're talking about that a lot in computer chess, aren't they, at the moment?
Sorry?
They're talking about that a lot in computer chess at the moment, evaluations.
Oh, yeah, but computers are pretty good at evaluating positions.
Yeah. Especially the neural net ones, I think.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even though, this is a thing that they say, computers are now evaluating positions much better than they were. True, but I think how they evaluated 2 or 3 years ago might be worse than it is now.
Yeah.
But it's still good enough from a human perspective. Yeah. Still good enough, It's still, they're giving they were still very strong. So, it's not really that relevant. I think it's more important, from an amateur perspective or even from a professional perspective, to have that ability to evaluate very well. I remember watching this video of Bobby Fischer, and he was walking around a tournament hall with like an Olympiad or something. And he was just going boom, go on to the next game, boom, boom. I don't know if that was for show or whether he just really evaluated that quickly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So white should probably hold this, take on f3.
It was even like, Danny, when we hop from game to game. And it always takes me quite a while to just sort of take in the position and try and work out what's going on.
Yeah. I think a lot of it comes down to experience as well. So white I think white should just accept he's going to grovel for a draw and just take on f3 at some point. Because otherwise he's risking king f4 and g3 happening. So I think he should just take on f3 with a knight probably. It should be a draw. Objective. Well, no, it might. I don't know. It might not be that obvious because a2 could still drop. Yeah, it might even be losing now. King f4, king f4. That's played this well.
It's tricky, isn't it now?
No, you have to give up. I think you have to give up the... I would take with a knight and then just pray that he could somehow hold this. It's very unpleasant.
Can't he take with a knight and then take with the bishop, actually?
Well, that's what he does, He can win the pawns.
Yeah, that must be... Oh, this is improved.
Something like rook d6 or rook h8. Rook h6, sorry. Bishop d5.
Yeah.
Very unpleasant position. Rook check.
Ooh.
Now rook check, probably. Maybe he could just wait, like king g4. Could he just wait? King g4. And then eventually get king g3. Yeah, king g4 here. No, yeah. Okay, still good for black, but
So king
g4 was like virtually Zook's way. But still very unpleasant for white because you're going to go king d4, and you're going to be able to win one of the pawns, and eventually you're going to. But maybe king d4. Yeah, king d4, bishop b5. Yeah, black shouldn't have allowed this. Maybe this is a draw now. Oh, but you could go rook c8 and take on c4. Is that winning?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's gone for that. Now rook c8, king f4, take on c4. King f4, right? Take on c4, yeah.
Yeah. King back. Oh.
Could he have thrown in an a5 at any point? Maybe he could have thrown in an a5 and it ended. But then I think king takes because the white king was too far away.
This is a win.
Yeah, I think king takes is still winning because the white king was too far away.
You had to try king h8, didn't you? But it's a win.
Well, isn't this a draw now?
Is it? King h8?
No. Sorry, it's white to me. I thought it's black to me, yeah.
Yeah.
No, even if it's black to me, it'd still be winning. Got the opposition. I forgot my basic. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that was interesting because when we first, I think it was the middle game. If the queens were still on in that position, white would have been better. But
Yeah.
because it was an end game, there was no danger of black getting checkmated.
Yeah.
So it was a misevaluation by me, and I thought that white was better. He wasn't. He was worse, or in a practical sense, he was worse anyway. Sorry, just get some.
Interesting. Okay, still in third. We haven't seen VKT chess, I think, who is berserking against Kildin, and is a piece, has 4 pawns for a piece.
Yeah, I mean, this is another one which shows. Did you see this Vikan's game day? Giri won a nice game against Esipenko. Similar end game to this, actually. 2 rooks and a knight against too many pawns on the king's side.
Okay, wow.
Very similar.
So VKT chess has been inspired.
He's been inspired by Anish Giri. I got a feeling Anish Giri might win Vikan Z this year because he's been very unlucky.
Jordan won last year, didn't he? Because it hadn't been a Dutch player for ages, and then he won. So,
but Giri should have won that playoff because he was winning in the decisive game, and he bungled it and lost. So he's kind of got unfinished business. But also, I looked at his pairings, and he's got much easier pairings in the final rounds. Now he's only half a point behind Magnus and Mamedyarov. And obviously, there's always a danger Magnus could just win a lot of games anyway.
Magnus could just win his games, yeah.
He could just win, but he's got tough pairings, Magnus.
Yeah.
So, and he's got to play Mamedyarov at some point, so that game might well be a draw. So if Giri can get it done and maybe get +2, he might get another playoff again. And then, we might be able to see hopefully a better result for it. I'd like to see Anish win like a proper big tournament,
Yeah.
So now black needs to just get these pawns going somehow. It's not so easy. Yeah, rook d2 is a good move. Yeah, this is really unpleasant for white because now he can take on b2 and go h5 and get the pawns going. That's probably what he's going to do. Yeah, h5 now. He's blown this world.
This looks really fun to play for black.
Oh, this is terrible. Yeah, king g6 to f5. King g6 to f5. Yeah. This is horrendous. Yeah, we can go rook c2, but it's sad. It's very sad. I'll go king f5 anyway, and after rook c5, I'll just go rook e5. And rook c6, g4 check, and the pawn, or even e2 is also.
Oh yeah, this is lots of fun.
This is very sad. Yeah, I mean, this is. I mean, probably even if black gave up the e pawn with e2, he'd probably still be winning because by this point, I think king and knight against 3 pawns is a draw if there are no other pawns left, maybe. I'm not sure, but yeah,
this is it's a good idea by white to try and get a pass pawn like that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, maybe black should just go c5 at some point, yeah. Now I would go c5. Yeah, so rook a2 you have to try. Now rook a6. I would have tried rook a2, but rook a2 e2 it was still losing anyway.
So this is 4 pawns up in a rook and pawn. And
yeah. Again,
going to be enough.
Who is this guy? Who's Vite?
Let's see if I can see who it is. Doesn't say. Belongs to a lot of chess clubs.
Oh, does he? Yeah, another addict. Yeah, maybe another like this German guy.
Complete addict. Yeah, millions of them.
Another guy just plays for like 15 hours a day.
Probably. Yeah. Time spent playing. This is since 2020. 27 days spent playing.
Since 2020.
Yeah.
Spent 27 whole days playing.
Yeah.
So it's 24 hours times 27. So that's about what, 600 odd hours?
Yeah.
How many is that?
That's only an hour a day.
Oh, that's not that bad.
When you think about it like that.
That's quite scary, actually. When you think like 27 days, it sounds horrific. So it's quite scary how much of our time we devote to chess. Even seemingly normal people are spending like a frightening amount, like playing chess.
Right. Let's see Macbeth.
Oh, is this Macbeth? Yeah.
This is Macbeth playing black.
97 is a nice rerouting move, but I don't think you needed it.
You must be coming around here, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like this for black, Natasha. I feel like knight f3 is too easy to play for white this position.
Okay,
he's got a kind of Keith Arkle position with a minority attack potential. That maybe Keith is Carlton's favourite player.
Yeah, so maybe queen drop back or somewhere, and
then and then eventually go b5 and go for the minority attack. Knight g5 might be a move here. Rook b1. Rook takes c3 a move? No, that's too much.
Rook takes c3. You can.
No, there's a bishop g5 at the end.
G5 at the end.
There's a bishop g5. Oh, he's no. Oh, maybe he's watching the stream and I'll go. Yeah, no, this is horrific. Yeah, bishop g5 is going to be a killer. It's too obvious. You got to check. If you see a tactic like that, check it because it's too obvious. To see b takes c3 as white. So you have to kind of slow down and just check it. Now it's just dead lost. The game
I can't see anything. I can't see anything for black to do.
Well, it has to move the queen. Queen e4 maybe. Try and at least get active. But queen e4, you could even go rook e1 and be really sadistic. Bishop f6.
Yeah.
Rook g8 does at least threaten knight f4, but queen h7 wins, so it doesn't really help.
Maybe knight f4.
I think you should commit Harry Kiri and just castle there and allow queen h6.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, this is very bad from. I mean, sorry, I think we need to sack Carlton now.
No, we're not doing that. I'm sorry. Overruled.
King f8, knight g5 is nasty. Yeah, I think rook c3. I did see. I said that to you. I said rook c3 might be a tactic. But I think you got to check it. You've got to check it if you're going to play a move like that. It's too bold. We king in the centre. It's too much risk involved with the king in the centre. If I'd already castled, that might have been a good tactic. But rook c3 with a king in the centre, it was asking too much for black. Now he's been punished.
Oh dear.
So I think this is one thing that Carlton could work on is maybe checking his variations.
Yeah.
So when next 4NCL, I think there's a 4NCL coming up, Natasha. So there will be a bit of chess in February.
Ah, yes.
I don't know when the next 4NCL over the board tournament is.
No.
I might play Blackpool, which is in March.
Blackpool's nice. Yes, that's a good idea.
Well, some might argue Blackpool isn't nice.
I really like Blackpool. I like the tournament and I like the place.
It's got a bit of yobbish element to it, though. Bishop H8, yeah, because rook G5, you have
Rook
Queen
G5.
H6, Queen H6 wins.
Oh,
Or your rook up. Or Bishop F6 also winning, yeah. But you can at least come back with a rook
come
G8.
back, yeah, rook G8.
But he's got so much time, this guy. I think it's another one of these Terminators.
Oh, to be fair, he's like 700 points higher. Right?
Yeah, I think it's another one of these Terminators from this super team.
Yeah.
You know, there's too many super teams in this.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
juiced up. Yeah, but he's coming around the angles. This is nasty. Yeah, Queen C7 is threatened.
Yeah.
Or Queen B8, even though just picking up the rook.
Yeah.
I think he had a playable position there, Colton. But yeah, you've got to be very, very careful when you play.
It's like one of those tactics that rook C3 is like you just see it and it looks really nice. So
it looks nice, but yeah, it's so important when you calculate.
In a way, it was unlucky to see it in the first place.
Exactly. Yeah. The fact he saw it shows he's got a good tactical mind. But you've got to check the variations because otherwise it's too tempting. But this is like, you know, there's no point playing this on.
Yeah. You can go like queen across to h3 threatening mate, but then white mates you first.
Exactly. He don't care, just h6. Yeah, this is
okay.
Okay.
Unlucky
Cotton.
Okay. We didn't see Henny Penny yet.
How are we doing in the team competition now?
We were up in third just a second ago. It's all really close. Like there's 4 teams within 4 points from second to fifth.
Okay, there's teams that have rocketed in there. Yeah, I think we're struggling now. I think we're fading.
Well, yeah, but 1 or 2 games just swings it completely. So
yeah,
let's check back in on King's Crusher actually.
Okay.
Oh, he's playing a Grandmaster who has berserked. Actually, King's Crusher's higher rated than the Grandmaster.
Wow.
Oh,
Rook D4 check. That was a blunder. It was a really bad blunder. Yeah, I think King's Crusher will win this. I think actually White was doing well there until he blooded the piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see. I think King's Crusher will win now. I don't know. I recognise the name actually, A. Zubarev. I vaguely I think I might have seen him online. Well, now he can just go rook b6. Yeah, White's really like blundering here. This is quite poor.
Well done, King's Crusher.
Yeah, nice. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he's a GM.
There we go. Back to third. That's good.
He's probably like 200 or 300 points higher rated than a Trifon in classical chess.
Yes, yeah.
Which just goes to show with the difference when you're playing classical chess.
Oh yes, okay. I thought.
Yeah, sorry, CD2.
Yes, that's fine.
Castle's queenside here by black will be a good move. Just get out of the danger zone, and then the knight on d5 is hanging.
Yeah.
The white would have to take on e5 and go knight f4 or something like that. Yeah, I think you've got a problem now with that knight. So you could play f4. That's another move. But looks c2's hanging. This is a problem. So knight f4, you have bishop c2. So it could be a bit of a problem for white. Maybe c4's a move. c4 might be a good move. And if you take, I take with a knight. c4 is a good last move. No, now bishop c2. Black's a lot better. Yeah, I don't like this for white now. I feel like King d2, maybe. King d2, yeah. But yeah, bishop h7 or bishop f5. Probably he'll play bishop f5, I predict. d3, wow. Yeah, not bad, yeah.
Ocelot's saying Florencio next Sunday. He said it with a question mark, so I'm not sure.
I think it might be fairly soon, but I'm not sure it's that early. I'll have to check. Rookie one, it might depend on the Florencio. Actually, knight c4 is coming for black. So this is a problem.
Ooh, this is horrible.
Yeah, then d2 now. d2 wins.
d2.
d2 you have bishop c4 actually.
Yeah.
You're surviving. So maybe you shouldn't go. Well, but now bishop d3.
Yeah.
Oh no, bishop g7 is checkmate.
Well, is it really?
No, you got king d2 actually. Sorry, I'm talking nonsense. King d2, it's not quite checkmate. But g5, no, g5, knight g5. No, I'm getting excited.
Knight c4.
Knight c4, king c2.
King c2, yes, of course.
Rook d3, maybe. Rook d3, knight d3, rook d8. No, okay, I'm talking nonsense. Yeah, still awkward for white. I mean, rook d8, still tricky. Yeah, rook e3 is a good move. Yeah, he's been well. Now knight c4 is possible because you can take on e3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's played it. Yeah, so takes, knight e3, and then something like king d2. Probably play king d2 or king d3 is also not. Knight takes g2 now. Knight takes g2. But knight takes g2, you have bishop b5 maybe.
Yeah.
But then rook d2. Yeah, knight takes g2 is a good tactic. Just win another pawn. Or will he spot it? Okay, to be fair, black's probably better anyway, like even without. Maybe g3 now. g3, but g3, g5. Yeah, so he's gone. Yeah, bishop b5 is good. Rook d2. Black's better, I feel like. Yeah, rook d2 and knight e3 is good. If you go g3 and maybe a6 is tricky, where do you move the bishop?
How about rook? Yeah.
Rook e1, but now knight g2, just grab. Yeah, just grab. Yeah, this is winning for black because h3 is weak.
Yeah.
Just rook takes h2. Should be hoovering.
Rook takes h2, rook takes f7 with a trick, hoping for rook takes h3.
Ah, yeah, very nice. But I think you should try that anyway. Maybe you should try to avoid that trick. It'd be very clever. But there's going to be a rook f8, I think, at some point. Even here, like rook f8 would be good for black. Yeah, he's playing it. Rook h7, but then rook f3. Yeah, rook f3 wins now.
Okay.
Yeah, because king a4 is mate on a2. So yeah, he's gone. Yeah, it's quite a high quality game for two masters. Now king e4. Oh, king e4, rook e3, mate. So you have to go back, king c4.
Ooh.
He's so White's got so close to getting mated in this game. It's amazing he hasn't got mated. I think black should just play some move like no, rook e3. Yeah, he's allowed it. Yeah, it's a shame.
Nations League on chess.com.
I think that Stanblad's going to be a really good player. You know,
he is. He's
2,400 already on Lichess.
Yeah.
He's only what? He's like 11 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I think he's going to be like a top player. He's going to be a GM in a few years.
Yeah.
He could be England's first world champion.
You never know.
The first one we had.
All right, we're going to see Ferrari fan again.
Steinitz English.
Steinitz, yes.
I thought he was German.
He was our first.
Was he German?
We've had a bit of a long wait between the next one.
I think Howard Staunton.
Staunton, yeah. No, Steinitz can't be, can he?
But Staunton never became world champion.
Okay.
Mm.
No, so where's Steinitz from? We should know this stuff. Steinitz sounds Austrian or something.
He was from Austria. He was from
Austria,
Vienna.
yeah.
He was from Vienna, but Howard Staunton was English, but he was he never became official world champion. Oh, he was for a period. He was the strongest player. He was the strongest player in the world. I think maybe Howard Staunton. Yeah. Steinitz, he lived in London for a long period. Like when he was world champion, he lived in London.
Okay.
I think he died in New York, actually.
Did he?
Or maybe I'm getting mixed up with Lasker. I know Lasker died in New York. I know at least 2 world champions died in New York. Maybe Lasker and...
Was Morphy world champion?
Morphy was not world champion.
No.
But he was by far the strongest player of his era. He was in the same era as Howard Staunton.
Yeah.
And that he died fairly young. I think he died in his 30s maybe, or late 20s. He was a lawyer. Now, I'm fascinated by chess history. Maybe I should write a book about the old players of the past.
You should, Danny.
And their tragic lives.
Yeah.
Being chess players.
Let's see Tony Nicoli.
Yeah. This guy does a bit of coaching.
Yes.
Oh, National League, no, on chess.com, he said. Yeah, not Four Nations is in February. So I think we're coming up to February fairly soon.
We're not far off. And I tell you, once we're through January, that's the worst bit of the year, isn't it?
Well, I
And
think
we're all good after that.
I'm getting very depressed of late, Natasha, because I feel like I'm sort of stuck at home and there's not, there's no kind of improvement to my life. It feels like a sense of, it's like Groundhog Day.
Well,
Night at full, mate.
I think we're done the worst with COVID now. I think it's going this year it will improve for sure.
Well, you feel
mark
that,
my words.
But it just keeps something happens. Like we felt that before, and then it had this variant come along, and it's very, very depressing. The whole thing.
I do agree. But I do think we're past the worst as well.
No, I agree with you. I hope we are. Yeah, I agree with you. It's a funny position here actually, because Black seems to be doing very well, but he's a little bit tied down by this pin. But I feel like he should be winning for Black somehow. You can always go Bishop H4 and irritate. So go back, but I feel there's other ways to improve.
Once you're back, you can just move. Couldn't you just have played knight? Can't we still just play knight? Oh no, we can't. It's pinned. Sorry. Everything's pinned.
It's actually a nasty pin, but you can always go C4 at some point and improve the queen side. Probably you can slowly. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's slowly improving the queen side. Like B4 would be a good move now. Or just go. Yeah, now you can start. Now you can go King B6. Yeah, this is good. And maybe Knight B4 or something, or Knight F4. Knight F4 is good enough. Whatever. Yeah, it's just winning now with the 2 pawns. Knight's going to Knight E4. No, not Knight E4 because B4 is a good move. But I feel like with online chess, even though it's nice, it does have its limitations. And it's nice to socialize with people, meet up with people in real life, rather than just.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You said you went away to Vacanze.
I went to Vacanze. So I was just going to tell you. Yeah. So I went to do a talk. It was about AI in chess, but also in the steel industry, because Vacanze is sponsored obviously by Tata Steel.
Indian firm,
Yeah, and so they're very big in Vacanze. They've got their big factory there.
Yeah,
and so one of the guys who was speaking was like he used to be in charge of quality control there, and he was also responsible for analytics and that sort of stuff. So he was there. There was this also Max Welling, who's a university lecturer and looking at climate change and AI. And there was also Peter Heine Nielsen. And so we were doing a talk. Yeah, no, it was really nice. But at the moment in Holland, it's very, very strict on COVID, and all the restaurants are shut, all kind of hospitality and stuff. So
I think you said
like my meal. I wasn't. We couldn't go out.
You're stuck in your hotel room, which actually to me that sounds like my idea of heaven. The only thing is, I like to go to a restaurant and eat. Like occasionally you want to go out, you want to go a little bit about atmosphere. But nice. Is it very kind of cold and like windswept there? And
it's very windy. It's lovely. I did a walk along the seafront, and that was really nice. But windy.
It's quite near Amsterdam, isn't it, Vacanze, I think?
Yeah. It was
about 20 miles away or something like that.
Something like that. Quite a short journey from
Amsterdam. Yeah, so it's kind of a similar kind of coastline. You could probably pop into Amsterdam if you want for the day, so that wouldn't be a problem.
Now we're looking at Eden Hazard, who's
this looks very dangerous. I don't like
it. Does look dangerous, doesn't it? Like knight F6 coming in on knight H7, and
he's playing a very strong play. He's played this GM, Potti, Petri, Queen H5's coming in, knight F6. He's just mangling him. Sometimes you get this when you're playing the hackers. They will go for a serious mangling, and it looks like Max has failed to avoid the mangling.
Yes.
Hackers love this kind of thing. Yeah, he's taken. And now Rook D3, actually. Rook D3 is a little bit tricky, actually. Yeah, I think White probably shouldn't have allowed this. No, Rook F7, no. He knows.
Oh, no, but Bishop C5 and then Queen takes F7.
But then...
it's
true, but then D3 is hanging at the end.
Oh, yes, it is.
But maybe you have to try that anyway because everything else is so horrible. Like what else? You're going to get mated if you don't do that.
Yeah.
But he kind of feels like maybe it feels like there's a knight f6 coming in. You know?
Yep.
And your queen's going to drop. I feel like, yeah, I think you've got to try that. You see, Max has got so much time. Why didn't he spend more time earlier? So maybe he's too quick. He needs to start spending more time earlier. Maybe we should go through the. I think we should go through the game after this and have a look at where.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Go through the opening and have a look, maybe where he could have played it a little bit better. Yeah, this is going to be mate. Well, White could have just gone Queen G6 there, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, Queen H6. Yeah.
Oh, mate.
We have a look at that game. Maybe have a quick look at.
Okay. Now, do you see that? Can you? Are you?
Yeah, I can see the game.
Yeah. Okay.
So go from the opening.
So knight.
Turn the engine on. Oh no, you can't. Yeah, it already gives you the analysis of the game, but that's fine.
I've played this before.
Yeah. So bishop b2. This is fine. It doesn't like knight f6. You should take on b4. Yeah, sometimes you should, because the thing is, when White takes on c5, he's already got an advantage. You know, this is what Keith goes on about his book. You exchange a b pawn for the c pawn. It's a game for Black. So it's a strategic game. Yeah. When you're playing against a GM, they will try and accumulate these small advantages over the course of the game to beat you. So you should at least, if you're going to play this position, you should at least grab a pawn. So you're going to suffer, but you're pawn up. And now he's just,
he did this. So now Max is saying take on d4.
Take on d4, exactly. So he's got bishop b4 as a threat. Yeah. D4 is a terrible move. He should have White should have taken on c5.
Yeah.
D4 was,
and now White's got the bit more in the center, right?
Yeah, this is horrible. Like bishop d3.
Castles.
I mean, this is really hard to play for Black because White's just got a very, very easy position to play. E4.
The computer doesn't like, but it looks all right to me.
So maybe here you could try some kind of tactics. E5, I was thinking, E5, it gives E5 as the best move. Yeah, D5. I think you've got to try and sharpen it up, you know, just to blunt that bishop on D3, D5. And now maybe some kind of, bishop C5 move. What is it?
Check.
Check, king H1. If knight G4, he can, knight G4 maybe.
Knight G4.
Oh no, knight G4 you take, right?
Taking C6, yeah.
Yeah, that's not good enough. So maybe here, what does the engine say here? What does the engine say?
Let's put it on.
Oh, it's been very slow.
It likes knight D4.
Yeah, knight D4. If knight E7, maybe there's some way of getting play. Maybe you go queen E7. Sorry, knight E5. Sorry, knight E4. Yes, so knight E4. If knight E5, then maybe somebody like queen E7. Exactly, yeah. And you're getting a bit of play.
Yeah.
But he doesn't realise how dangerous the position is, and he allows White to just steamroller him. Okay, it was worth. You might want to get back to the tournament, but yeah.
Yeah, we better get back. Okay, so there.
Yeah, it's just horrible.
And then this stuff all happened. We saw it from there.
Yeah. So he did realise the strategic dangers of the position.
Yeah, it happened quickly, didn't it? The danger.
He was playing a good player, so it's fair enough.
Yeah. Okay, let's see wood pusher.
Yeah. Okay, maybe some move like queen h5 or h6.
Hi, Mike Richard.
Hi, Mike.
Oh, die with a full tummy. You eating toast, Sonia?
Oh, die with a full tummy, yeah?
Sonia often eats toast when he plays chess.
Which one are you, Mike Richard?
Yes. What's your name? Oh, well done, wood pusher. I wasn't watching this very closely.
Yeah. That blunted his queen.
Oh, I tell you what, we're in fourth. We just need a little.
We always seem to be in this position, Natasha. Every time I look at it, then we're quite a long way back now, aren't we? But
are.
I don't think we're going to make up that many points in such a short space of time.
No.
It's a shame. It's a shame. We needed like more power. We needed like a key for myself. Maybe I'll play next.
Pseudocyst. Yes, we did see it. We did see Pseudocyst. Right. Let's see a double berserk. King's Crusher. Ooh, this looks tricky. This nice ending.
I think he's worse here. I think he might be close to losing. This is like actually no. Maybe you had knight b4 there. Maybe you could actually. No, you didn't have knight b4. Talking nonsense. Yeah, this is tough. This is tough for Trifon. Like you just got b3. Knight c4, and then push the a pawn. Yeah, I think he's going to lose this one because also Black still has this board King f3. Yeah, it's so simple to play. A4. What happened there?
Be done. He resigned, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
All right. Let's see. Wilsonia again, who is berserking against Porky.
Porky and Bess. 95. I like 95. You know what I play here is Natasha going King h1 with a rook on g1.
Oh yes, go for an attack.
But maybe 97 is a really classy move because f6 is coming. Just kick the knight. Queen h4 is also playable. Yeah.
So both sides are going for the attack on the king side.
Queen f3. Yeah, I don't mind what. Yeah, I mean, I think they're both playing a decent game, which is shocking to me. I've just never seen this in this tournament before. People playing good chess. It doesn't seem possible. Okay, put the queen back at 8. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't want to exchange because that would strengthen the white center. So now I think white should go for maybe f3 and e4 is also an idea here. At some point, just go f3 and go for the central advance like f. Just play f3. You know, gain some space. I don't like knight a4. Do nothing. Maybe it's okay. I don't. Okay, so maybe it's just a different plan. Yeah, maybe b4. You know, I'm critical.
Minority attack.
Yeah, I'm critical of it, of this knight a4. Because maybe I was just in love with this f3 e4 stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like this is just not a lot for either side, really. You still got this minority attack. Sorry,
I think I would prefer to be white.
Yeah. B4, A4, B5. I think this is unpleasant. Keith loves these endings.
He does. He's
won these endings so often.
Yeah.
And this is just so easy to play. Just go B5. Yeah. In fact, Black's already probably losing. Because how do you defend C6? He should have sorted out a defense of C6 earlier.
Yeah.
Now rook B5. Yeah. B pawns dropping.
And these B pawns are going to be really weak. Yeah.
It's very simple to play the minority attack as well. Yeah. You know, that's the thing. And you don't even have to think. Like rook B7. No, I think he could have just taken and gone rook F1, just gone passive. But he's gone a different way. Well, this is also good actually because this D pawn is going to be very strong. Yeah, and I would probably go for some kind of king E4 move at some point. But king E, no, this is good. Yeah, this is king F4. Yeah, G5 though, G5 and rook F3. Bar black. And then take on F2. But the D pawn is very, very fast. Okay. Yeah. Rook D5 is winning. Yeah, this is good technique by
nice.
Good play. A very impressive game, actually. You know, I'd have to say, you know, he played it like a GM.
Well done, Wilsonia. Okay.
I wouldn't have gone knight a4, but it turned out it's methodical. You know, because I'm like a creative player. I don't like plans that are too easy, Natasha.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
All he did was swap everything off and then go for a winning endgame.
Yeah,
it's not bad, you know. There's things to be said for it.
It's the way that Keith plays, like very methodical. Yeah. You know, you're just going for like it's kind of cynical chess, but it works, you know. So here I don't like White's position now. I feel like I'm a little bit concerned about this G pawn. Like some knight f5 move at some point. That's a good move. Yeah, defensive. But now knight f5.
Knight
I would play
f5.
knight f5 without even thinking. No, I don't like knight g6. It's a horrible move. Horrible move. Rook e1 now. No, not rook e1. So you've got to move the bishop.
Move the bishop. Yeah, bishop.
When you move the bishop, maybe
F6.
bishop. Yeah, bishop a1. I thought knight f5, Natasha, and if he goes queen h5, you've always got queen f7. Even swapping queens, you've probably got an attack in that middle. In that.
Ooh, that feels dangerous to me.
Yeah, but I don't know. White's also got threats as well. Maybe just rook f5, and if rook e6, king d8. This has all gone a bit random.
Rook e6. Oh, you can't go rook e6.
Yeah, this is tricky for White, actually. This is tricky.
Oh, he has gone rook e6, though.
Because queen e6, you have rook d1.
Rook d1, yeah.
But then bishop
and
f2.
then f2.
How does that work out? Maybe this is winning for Black. Yeah, I think maybe this is game.
There's a queen e4 coming in, isn't there?
Yeah. Queen e4 is winning. A queen e4, king h3, but then queen f5, and if king g2, queen f3. Yeah, queen f5 now.
Yeah.
Because if g4, then queen f3, mate.
Ooh.
Also, knight f4 is maybe winning. Maybe knight f4 is the knight f4. You have queen f4, rook f4. No, he's found it, and then queen f3. This is game.
It's gone.
Yeah, queen f3. Yeah, even knight f4 now. Even knight f4. But queen d1 is good enough. You know, why not take the rook? Yeah, he's taking it. Yeah, nasty. So Black did have an attack. I was right. We were talking about judgment earlier. I was right.
Yeah.
You know, that judgment is so important. Now knight f4 is a main attack. Actually, knight f4, you got king h4, but then queen d8 maybe. Knight f4, because if you take, I have queen f3.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Actually, maybe knight f4, king h4, you got bishop g3, and if h g3, then queen...
Queen h1.
Yeah, so you've got to try king h4. Also, yeah, king h4.
Yeah.
Bishop g3, queen... Yeah, bishop g3, king g3, queen g1 is winning. But whether he'll find bishop g3, I don't know. 96, I don't like. Seems like a very random move. But it's still winning. Queen g6, just move the king. King d7 or something. King d8. But then take on e6. Yeah, this has gone wrong. It's very strange to have an attack there, Natasha, and then just stop.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you check in the king, and then you just go knight e6, like just throwing a random move, which makes no sense to me. But it's winning because queen h7, you have rook f7 now. Yeah, and this is not good. Quite a high quality game. High quality game.
Well, Will Sonia said thank you. He's a poor man's Keith.
I don't think that's even possible to be a poor man's Keith.
And you know, he's not the only person that said that, because Steve Giddens also said he's a poor man's Keith.
Possibly. It's hard to get poorer than Keith. Keith is always poor. He never has any money. But he started to write a few books now, Keith. Like, you know,
that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because these guys have got a lot of knowledge, and I feel like they undersell themselves.
Yeah.
With the amount that they can teach to others.
Yeah, and he's entertaining as well, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he talks about chess in a way that's relatable.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's nice. But if you're going to read a technical book like on chess, it might as well be enjoyable as well.
Queen e6, mate. Yeah, that's the end of the game and the tournament. Yeah. That was quite exciting.
Oh, so English chess players. Well, hard luck, English chess players, in that it's 4th place. So very close to being promoted, which needs to be 3rd. But some some good games, some very good games tonight, actually, and a great turnout. We had 27 players. So thanks everybody who played. We had very good results from King's Crusher, Ferrari Fan, Mouseslip, Tony Nicoli, Wood Pusher, Wilsonia, Stambad, Hubertor, and a lot of players. And so thanks everyone who commented in the chat and who played. Thanks very much, Danny. And thanks everyone very much for watching.
Thank you.